welcome you to an Awqaf dinner. Before we proceed, just to say, we have some distinguished guests here with us. We have Professor Khadija Moloi, who is from the Vaal University of Technology, who's also a trustee of the Awqaf Foundation. Professor Moloi. We have with us Dr. Elgona, who is a professional doctor who works in the area, and he's very familiar with what's happening tonight. He's also an Awqaf trustee of the Awqaf management, Dr. Elgona. And we have our distinguished guest, Dr. Kemal Aydin from Turkey. Pleasure and my honor to invite the present CEO of the Cape region, the young man, Mikhail Collier, under whose leadership we're working now, to come forward to give us an idea of what Awqaf has been doing in 2014 and 15. Mikhail Collier.
Bismillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah, khatam al-nabiyyin wa kana Allah bi kulli shay'in alima. Assalamu alaikum, shukran for taking your time out to come here this evening. Celebrating 15 years of sustainable community development, the National Awqaf Foundation of South Africa, or Awqaf South Africa, as a charitable endowment fund, we've not only repopularized the concept of Waqf in South Africa and also in other parts of the world, but we've used the investments of the Waqf Fund in a variety of community development projects and programs which promote, in particular, integrated community development, self-reliance, and social justice. Over the years, our key focus areas have been centered on developing integrated and holistic approaches to the challenges that face not only the Muslim community, but also the South African society in general. And I think that as South Africans, we are in a critical period in our transition from apartheid to democracy. And that transition brought to many people, it brought a sense of euphoria, of freedom, of liberation, and also an expectation that all the challenges that face our society would be handled by government. And what that brought about was also a decline in civil society participation. And I think that we as a community of South Africa, we are weaker as a result of that period that in our transition that we went to. And particularly the history of Muslims in South Africa, we've got a legacy of freedom fighters, political exiles, slaves, indentured laborers, who, along with our compatriots of color, fought against very repressive colonial regimes and also contributed to the liberation struggle in this particular country. However, within this democratic dispensation, our contribution to the liberation of this country it's being eroded. And therefore we need to look at our continued relevance within the current societal and political context and within the immediate future of Muslims in South Africa. We therefore need to urgently identify strategies that would make us an indispensable part of the growth and development of South Africa. And the question therefore arises, what are we as a Muslim community doing in order to improve and better South Africa? And Awqaf South Africa over the few years have successfully undertaken projects that impact directly on a local, community-based level, as well as programs that are geared towards showcasing the achievements and contributions of Muslims to South Africa. In particular, the bicentennial commemoration of the unbanning of Islam in 2004. We ran the first Islamic symposium on Islamic civilization in Southern Africa, the first Muslim convention on sustainable development, the other projects like the International Waqf Conference that we had. Those were all projects that showcased the importance and relevance of Muslims to the landscape of South Africa. Added to this, the numerous accolades that we as an organization over the past 15 years have received. In particular, about a month and a half ago, we received an award from the Amir of Dubai, where we won the International Global Islamic Finance Award in the category of Awqaf and Waqf development. And we competed against all the various Awqaf institutions across the world. government departments, where I think Dr. Elgona just visited Qatar and Kuwait, where they are in the billions of dollars, and also non-government style waqafs. And we have been selected. We were first finalists in 2013, and now in 2014, 2015, we actually won the award. And I think that speaks to the dedication, the commitment of our trustees, of our donors, of our volunteers, of our supporters of Waqaf. So, Awqaf South Africa, what do we see ourselves? We see ourselves as key role players as part of the ongoing process of community development in South Africa. And part of that, we look at and we ask ourselves, what is our relevance? What is our contribution? And amongst the other projects that, as Raghib has mentioned, there's a couple of million that we do spend each year on projects. But as part of our strategic objectives as an organization, where do we see ourselves going in 2015 and beyond? And I think that it is sufficient for us to say that we've identified 4 key categories. And that would be health and strategic leadership development. The second is education. The third is science, maths and technology. And the fourth is sustainable development and renewable energy. And therefore, within 2015, our projection of projects that we'd like to see amongst our flagship projects, as we've come here this evening, we've gathered this evening, is the launch of the Darushifa, which is not only about frail care and healthcare, but inshallah we envisage that in the next few years we will see various forms of hospitals and health clinics developing within our community. We're particularly going to be focusing on education and leadership development, and in that we will partner with very strategic role players within our community, both the Muslim community and the non-Muslim community. In 2015, at the end of the year, there will be an Islamic civilization on Southern Africa, the second one that will be taking place in Durban. We've got a particular team that is dedicated to the development of a township forum, where we will see and we will, with other partner organizations, look at integrating, not just giving a handout to our brothers and sisters in the township, but actually structuring a program where we do a needs assessment and analysis with various role players and see how we can integrate the township community with the general Muslim community, as we have been historically divided according to apartheid lines. And in order to achieve all of this, Raghib said that we've got 30 million. But we have set ourselves a target that by the end of 2016, beginning of 2017, that inshallah our minimum goal is to achieve 100 million in Waqaf funds, inshallah. And for that, as we've received the award of the Global Islamic Finance, and it is all of your contributions that has assisted us in getting there, we need you to get us to that 100 million, inshallah. So without any further ado, we need your support, we need your mentoring, we need your help, we need your dedication, and we need not only the wives to allow the husbands to come out to work, but the wives also to come and work with us, inshallah. So without any further ado, I think that's just a brief synopsis of what we're wanting to achieve in 2015, 2016. And one of the flagship projects is the Darushifa. Our coordinator for the Darushifa would be Dr. Elgona, very humble person. Dr. Sali met him only recently, so I will take the opportunity to introduce him. Dr. Elgona he's actually a prince of Sudan, right? He's one of the tribal leaders in Sudan. He's a medical doctor by profession, as well as he's gone and studied additional health policy issues. He is a specialist in health systems. He's worked all over Africa. He's worked for the World Health Organization, and he was the key director for the strategy of HIV/AIDS management throughout Africa. So Dr. Elgona comes with a wealth of experience, and we are much richer and wealthier for having Dr. Elgona with us. Shukran, Dr. Sali.
You see, when we looked at the services that we needed to support, we found that in our community, especially the Muslim community in South Africa, we looked at the elderly. And we found that many of the elderly are not happy. We are looking now at their happiness. They are not happy. Even at home, they are not happy. Why? Because life became very complex and their kids go to work, all of them. And they leave them at home. There is nothing, no one to talk to, no one of your age to communicate with. So loneliness is one problem, and it's a fact of life. This is one. The second one, we found that even if they go to the old age homes of today, the old age homes of today, they give you the service, but they give you the service without the spirit. I'm just giving an example of, I tell someone, if I want to give you a sheep, someone asked someone to give him, please, can you give me a sheep? So he brought him a sheep, but it was a dead sheep. So he said, but this is a dead sheep. He said, yeah, but you said you want a sheep. So we wanted, as Muslims, when we give a sheep, we give a sheep with a life. So we wanted to give the old people a service with a life. The third problem that we have noticed is that most of the old age homes don't give the Islamic ethos, the respect for the elderly, the recognition of their contribution to our life, and their status in the family. So practically, we needed to give our elderly their dignity. And we felt we need to look at this problem of frail care in a different way. So when we start looking at it, we said, okay, we have three problems. Problems of people who are healthy, but they don't find an opportunity to be happy. And the people who might be diabetic or have some problems that are manageable. And there are people who are completely bedridden that needed clinical care. So we said, let us work on something, an institution that will be a 5-star institution, quality. And we create an elderly club. So in the morning when you are going to work, both of you take your father with you. You drop him in this place. It is beautiful, it is neat, it is clean. He will find all other professionals with him. They can chat. At the end of the day, when you finish, you come and take him home. This is one service that it will provide. The second service is people who are ill, but can manage. They come during the day. We check their blood pressure. We check their sugar, diabetes. We check their other health problem, cholesterol, this. We give them advice. There is a nutritionist who tells them, eat this, don't eat this, do this exercise. We will have a small place where they exercise. We give them new healthy habits. This is the second component of the same place. And then a third component is the clinical one, where they can come for 1 day or 2 days or 3 days to get full treatment. This is our thinking. And then we met the specialist on elderly, and we wanted to move this service to. About 11 years ago or 12 years ago, I was teaching at the University of the Free State in Bloemfontein. I was teaching health management, and I met this guy who looked at me and said to me, you say you love the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you don't have a beard. And he has a very long beard. And then we joked, and I said to him, what do you do? He said, you see, we are starting a small NGO that will work in Awqaf. And we wanted to strengthen the Awqaf system. And when I looked at the idea fell in my heart, because I said to myself, I don't have millions to give as Awqaf, but I have a network, I have many friends, I can go to them and get them to donate to Awqaf. And I will encourage them to tell their friends also to contribute to Awqaf, and that will be my contribution. I said, if I wanted to join you, he said, okay, when you come to Johannesburg, come and meet us. So when the next time I was at a conference, something in Johannesburg, I met the founders of the Awqaf. I think that was in 2002. And from that time I joined them, and then after a few years I became part of the management of Awqaf, and till now I am with them. Actually last week I was in Qatar. I wanted and met the Qatar Ministry of Awqaf, and we met the Qatar Red Red Crescent Society. I met another, the Qatar Foundation, and another foundation called RAF. And I presented to them our concept. They are very happy about it. So I hope they will visit us here and we take this whole concept to new grounds.
Great pleasure to be in a nice country, warm country, lovely country in South Africa. I invited by Awqaf South Africa to come to have some overview about the darushifas or healthcare system for the especially Muslim minorities. I'm a physician, I'm a gerontologist, I'm a social geriatrician by the profession. I'm founder of the World Aging Council and World Aging Forum. Almost last 20-25 years, I am working as a physician in a nursing home, but as a healthcare policy, aging diplomacy, global aging diplomacy promoting of the healthy aging, also human rights, that all the people's rights worldwide. We started this movement long times ago. When I was the second year of the medical students, we started this global aging movement, a few friends with us. Then we thought one day the world is going to be aged. The global aging is one of the main importance of the important issues in the worldwide. Then 2005, we had a big meeting in Turkey with our honored Excellency Mr. Tayyip Erdogan. He was a prime minister. He hosted the Congress, first World Congress on Aging and Care. Then Istanbul Global Aging and Care Declaration was accepted by all the acceptance attenders for the Congress, almost 1,000 people from all over the world. Now the World Aging Council, 2005, we established the World Aging Council and the World Aging Forum in that time. This year is the 10th anniversary of the World Aging Congress, World Aging Forum. Now, 1 billion people are in the world. They are aged 1 billion, above 60 years. They are going to be 2 billion in year 2050. There is no universal standards. There is no universal human rights for them, for this age group. Now, Alhamdulillah, by the Awqaf, together working with the Awqaf, we are initiated African Aging Forum. All the Africa, South Africa will be hosting the African Aging Forum. Then we will look after the human rights, healthcare for all, human rights for all. Then the minorities, especially the Muslim minorities, because the needs of the Muslim minorities are different than the other cultures. Then we will see the Muslim minorities level, but we'll see as an inclusive level. How we can cooperate, exchange of the ideas, best practices as a continental level. This year is the year for values. Values are the Waqf. Waqf system is our values worldwide. Values for the elderly. Elderly is our values. Now, all the cultures, all the faiths, all the continents, and the youth can initiate the global movement, World Aging Movement. Then we can ask the United Nations, come together, 220 countries, to discuss this aging issue with the care, aging and care. Then with the cultural sensitivity, also with the interfaith groups. We can ask, because the human beings, the aged, are our most valued people, to take care of them in the home, in the community, also institutional care, just like a darushifas, as a holistic approach. Physical, social, cultural, psychological, and spiritual aspect of life and care. That is different than, that is new innovative care models actually. Integrative, intergenerational, intercultural, interfaith care models. We can promote first in Africa, South Africa, but we can promote integrated care models, especially around the mosque. Mosque will have responsibilities. Not the mosques are not the place for the just pray. Mosques are schools. Mosques are around the mosque. Hospitals. Hospitals are different than the darushifas. The healing, house of healing, house of hope, house of law. love. That is different than just living alone. Integrated care model with a holistic approach means mosque, around the mosque, primary school, secondary school, creche or the preschool, then hospital, soup kitchen, business center, that to sustainability, that business people are doing there can go to the charity. Waqf can run the system. Then we need one big model, Darushifa model, as soon as possible in South Africa. The other faiths, other cultures can benefit of 1,000 years of Selçuks and Ottoman periods Waqf system, integrated care system. This is the Shifahanes of the philanthropic monuments of the Selçuk and Ottoman eras. This is the almost 600-700 years of the Darushifa's history. The Islamic civilization heritage is here. The mosque, around the mosque, is the children's school. Again, medical university, hospital, Darushifa, or healing homes, or home. It is different than the hospital actually. And soup kitchen, and the business center, shopping center, around also university and different universities also around the mosque. The rule of the mosque, just to control as a community, serve the community actually. Because mosque also is a waqf. Some people built the mosque as a waqf. The business from the shopping center, money comes for the mosque, for the imam, for the children around the schools. That charity sustainability runs the system actually. That is the system. No government, no individual. People are member of the here. They are respecting, they are looking after the waqf, and waqf is looking after the people. This is a model actually. Integrated care models with a holistic and spiritual aspect. We can build the same Darushifa with the mosque, schools, no age discrimination, age-friendly community. Age-friendly community concept in South Africa. All ages are very important. There will be no age discrimination. Like different cultures, old age home. There is no old age home. Every age must be equally cured and cared in the community, in the family. We cannot have just only one age group like orphanage, different, old age is different. We cannot make age discrimination actually. We call that age-friendly community. This is the age-friendly community. Yes.
Okay, concluding comments. What is the way forward?
In South Africa, as soon as possible, I am as a physician, I am a gerontologist, as a geriatrician, I would like to prepare master plan. What are the needs of this community? Family care, daycare, home care, institutional care, the needs of Darushifa immediately. I visited some Darushifas. Because of needs, they established shifas, but not in the physical, psychological, spiritual, cultural, and the social aspect. The needs are not there. Only they provide the food and shelter. That is nothing. That is just providing food and shelter is nothing. They have a hope. They can learn. Aged people, they can learn. They can communicate. They can contribute to community. When they are in a community, they can contribute. When they are with the youth, when they are with the grandchildren, all the age groups, when they are together, then they feel they are comfortable. Not in a old age homes. If you have a palace, if you have a 7-star facilities, if they are lonely there, nothing. The facilities cannot provide everything. The loneliness is the main cause of all the diseases. Loneliness, Alzheimer, dementia, other diseases, hypertension, the fear. To whom look after me? And the questions, the fear makes all the cause of the diseases. Then, because of Islam, praying 5 times in a mosque with the Jama'ah as a socializing, then why we must ask why Islam make Jama, Juma, coming together, all the fasting. What is the reason behind it medically? Why we are fasting? Why praying? Why we are praying 5 times? The balance, biological watch, and 5-time praise. It is all matching together. All, everything for us. If you just study very well the prayer and timing and our body, that is the best way of the healthy aging and healthy living and well-being. We must study more zakat as an institution, sadaqah as an institution. If you smile, that is a sadaqah. If you give, just smile. If you plant something, that is sadaqah. So many things in this world people can do. There is no laziness in this Islamic culture and civilization. Like, if you know you will die tomorrow, please plant something in this world. Then, inshallah, Darushifa concept, we will look after the holistic concept. We will have a plan, master plan for 2015, 2025, and 2050. What will happen to the Islamic community here? We must have a vision, we must have a plan, we must have an action plan. Then I am sure the South African Muslim brothers and sisters can do the best committed Darushifa models for home care and family care and institutional care, both, inshallah.